This
is we
conference
have
will now
deployed
be
a web
recorded.
server. Today we have deployed the web server.
Okay.
Deploy web server. So when you deploy the web server, you require some important key features. First, you can select the region. You can deploy the server in which region. Second, you can deploy in a zone. You use which types of network, that calls VNet. You use which types of security, is like a network security group.
Mm-hmm.
And you use which types of operating systems. You select the operating systems. You There's the next option that you can use which types of like your resource group.
Yep.
So these are the key features when we deploy the, and then login with server and deploy and create website.
Okay.
Got it the point?
Yes.
So now we have deployed. I'm just login with my portal in AWS, not in AWS, in a Microsoft portal. And after that, first I'm create a resource group. So I'm just go to resource group, and this is my already we have created the one resource group. Now I'm delete this resource group. So first I'm delete this resource group. So that's why the when you delete the resource group, the all resources automatically delete inside this resource group.
Okay.
Got it, guys?
Yes.
So, so this is the collection of resources. Yesterday I'm explaining you each and everything. So now I'm just click on a resource group and then click on a create resource group and give the name of resource group is called select the subscription. So I'm using the pay as you go subscription. Give the resource group name is like I'm using the resource group name is called web server hyphen rg. It's called resource group. You can just give the any name. Now
Okay.
second, you can select the regions. You can deploy the resources in which locations in our worldwide. So now I'm just using the like east US. And now tagging is nothing. This is a one kinds of comment. You can add the comments and number of comments. So like I'm just click on review and create. So when you deploy the each and everything, when you deploy the any resource in a cloud, it's a mandatory. You can select our resource group. So there are the two options for the resource group. First, you can create a resource group before deploy the resources, or either you can create a resource group during deployment.
Okay.
Now the second option is coming. I'm create a one network because the communication is required for the networking. So when if I'm create a network, so now simply I'm using the network. In this network, like we have by I'm using the total number of IPs is like my VNet CIDR is I'm using is it CIDR is 192.168.1.0/24. That means we are using the 256 IPs. You know very well you already working for this platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now
Yes.
after that I'm create a two subnet, like this is a subnet one, or in this subnet I put the IP is 192.168.1.0/26, and now I'm using create a sub subnet 2, and like I'm using the IP 192.168.1.64/26. That means my company is by the total number of IPs 256, and just using the I'm distribute these two IPs in a two different departments. Either I'm using like a 64 IPs on subnet 1 and 64 IPs in subnet 2. That means this is a big one. These are the total number of IPs. In this IPs, I'm divided in two parts, 64 and 64.
Okay.
So I'm just divided for the subnetting. Got it this point?
Yes.
So simply here, I'm just by the 256 IPs. Inside the 256, I'm just use the two default to subnetwork. It's called a subnetting. So now how to create a virtual network? I'm just go to the home, or either you can search here the virtual network, or either you can just click on the three lines and then you can go to the virtual network is available. And now just click on a create and select the subscription you are using, which types of subscription, or now select a security group. So you can see the web server security resource group is available, or also if it's not available you can create a new one. And now the name is called like vnet1, and then select the reason. So I'm just create in east us because my resource group is also is available in east us, but choice is yours. You can change the reasons when you deploy the resources. So next, it's the IP address. Now I'm not using this default IP address. I'm using the my customized IP address. So now I'm using the 192.168.1.0/24. And now we are using the two subnets. Like I'm just creating the web server for like www server server hyphen sub subnet one. And now I'm put the IP is like a 10 192.168.1.0/26, and now add. So when you create a multiple subnet, you can add the multiple subnet here, or either you can add a server to the later. So now I'm just creating the one subnets only. That means that we have connect the total 64 IPs available. The Azure automatically reserve the 5 IPs for each and every subnet. Why? Because there's the first IP for the network IP, second IP for the gateway, third and fourth IP for DNS, and the last one is the broadcast IP. So if like a 64 IPs is available in a each subnet, it is reserved the 59 plus 5. So it
Okay.
reserve the 5 IPs for each and every subnet. For one is for network, second for gateway, third for DNS, fourth is also for DNS, and fifth for broadcast. So that means if I'm allowed the 64 IPs, so that means we have create only 59 servers. We have not using the 5 IPs. Got it the point?
Got it, sir.
So now I'm just click on review and create. One more thing is available, like I'm talking about, like this is my the web server. That means I'm just create a website, or the my website is access either HTTP protocol or either HTTPS protocols. Yes
Yes.
or no?
Yeah.
And also we need a remote desktop. So also we have required the RDP protocol for this.
Yep.
So now I'm just allow these three protocols in a network security group. So now the how to create a network security group and how to attach network security group with any subnets. So you can create like I'm create a one network security group. I'm just creating the this security group, and now I'm attach this network security group with like a subnet one. So that means this protocols allow for these particular subnets. The subnet 2 is not authorized to allow or this traffic. Got it the
Okay.
point?
Yeah.
So now how to create network security group. So I'm just click on a create. So my virtual network is created. After that, I'm create a network security group. So yesterday I'm explaining you the network security group is a work as a firewall, and it, you can define you can allow and deny the protocol. So now I'm just click on a search, and then search here is like an network security group is called a NSG. And now I'm just click on a create. So choice is here. You can allow a specific, and now I'm just select the pay-as-you-go subscription and select the web server SG and give the network security given like my WEB web hyphen NSG. I'm give the name of the web NSG and like a review and a create. After
Mm-hmm.
that, I'm just create a rule. So there the two types of rule is available. In a one is outbound rule or another is inbound rule. So the outbound rule that means the which one can access your cloud, and inbound you can allow which service to the outsider. So always we have created the inbound rules because I'm not put the outbound rules in a network security group, but you can create, like when you specify the specific location, when you map the specific location with cloud, so you can create a outbound rule also. But if you give the anywhere for the outbound, so you don't create any rule for the outbound. So now the my network security group is created. So then I'm just click on the network security group and then click, just wait. So wait. Yeah. So my network security group is coming. You can see there the two types of rule is available. One is inbound and outbound. Now I'm just click on an inbound rule. Or inside the inbound rule, the by default these protocols are allowed. So this is a default rule. So now the lowest priority is preferred. So this is the highest priority is always preferred. So the firewall always check the first lowest, then higher, then higher, then higher. So now I'm creating the three rules. I'm just click on the add rules, and now the source any source any का मतलब है in a cloud. So I'm allowed
Mhm.
कि the any service is allowed from the cloud, and for the custom services port number is like 80. That means I'm allow for the destination 80 only. I'm for destination port is 80. That means I'm allow to outside port number 80, and I'm just give the like a priority is 100 and like allow HTTP. HTTP. So that the port number 80 is my HTTP protocol in a service. So I'm just create a service is like any. Yeah, you can just select the specific IP address of the specific service. But now I'm using the any and now click on add. Now I'm create one more rules. When this rule is created, now I'm creating the two more rules, one for the HTTPS and another for the RDP. So now I'm just click on again add now and like 3389. This protocol is my RDP protocol, and now like I'm just put the allow hyphen RDP and now add. So we have also changed the priority because my first rule is already using the 100 priority. So this is my second rules. The second
Mhm.
rules using the allow RDP. Now the third rules like I'm just creating add, and like I think so the 443 is my port HTTPS. So now I'm just add like port is automatically give you the 1111, or either you can use the 103, and now just allow hyphen HTTPS and now add. So now I'm creating the three rules. So the specific port allow for the source to destinations. Got it the
Mhm.
point?
Yes.
Now I'm just create one I'm create a one network, and inside the network I'm creating the subnets. And now so now I'm just create, okay, at this time I'm this NSG I'm attached with the subnet one. That means this particular protocols allow for the this network. Or when you attach the any server, yeah, any computer in this subnet, that means this protocol is automatically allowed. So you don't
Okay.
require you can manually go to the resource, or you can allow the protocol. That's why I'm already I give the permission to the specific network.
Okay.
So you can add a multiple subnets with the security, multiple network security group with the particular subnets. So now how to attach network security group with the subnet? So say simply I'm already create my network. I'm just go to the my virtual network, or inside virtual network you can be of creating the subnet. So now I'm just click on a subnet. So I'm creating the one subnet is available is web server. Now I'm just click on this web server and now select the network security group. At this time there's a no any network security group. I'm select the web NSG and now save.
Okay.
When you add the more subnets, so like you can just click on the network and then again click on subnet and then click on a subnet. You can add the subnet name like SUB subnet 2 for like ADDS, and like you can
Mhm.
just give the IP of like a slash 26. And if you require the network security group, so you can just select the network security group and now save changes. So now I'm
Okay.
creating the one more subnet for the like ADDS, like you can deploy the Active Directory domain infrastructure or either another infrastructure. So you, as per the require, you can create a different subnet. But these both subsystems are connected with each other because it is the parent subnet is 192.168.1./24.
Okay.
It's communicate with each other because the by default the automatically Azure reserves the 5 IPs. The gateway IPs that provide the communication between different subnets. Or you can see the availability of like a 59 IPs is available because the in slash 26 the total number of IP is 64, but the Azure reserves the 5 IPs. The first IP is network, second IP for gateway, third and fourth IPs for DNS, and the last IP of the particular subnets is called a broadcast IP.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
So now as per the my practical scenario, now I'm create a reason already is available, and VNet I'm already create, and network security group I'm already create, and resource group. So now I'm create a server. When we have created a server, the each and every point we have select inside the server. So now how to create a virtual machines or how to create a virtual server in a Azure cloud. So now I'm just go to these three dots and then click on our virtual machines. Right now there's a no any virtual machine are available. Now I'm just click on a create virtual machines, and I'm just give the virtual machine name. So first I'm select the pay as you go subscription and select the my resource group. And like we have select is called like a virtual machine name is like my web server server. When you deploy the east US either you have select the different reasons. So the network security group and the VNet it's not display here, and you cannot connect with the east US subnet with east US 2. So when you use the East US 2, so you can create an entire network in East US 2. But I'm create my infrastructure, my network in East US. So that's why I'm create a East US. Now you can see the option is availability zones. So right now I'm not using any zone. That means I'm not using the any zone, the security type standard. Select the operating system. Now I'm select the operating system like in server 2012 data center, and now the RAM is 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM. And now the username, I put the username is called the ICCP, and now the password is called AST at 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. And now these are the protocols like HTTPS or these protocols. So you can allow this protocol, but I'm already allow the protocol in a network security group, and I'm already attached the network security group with the network. So at this time we don't require for these protocol permissions.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
When you are not attached the network security group with network security group energy with the network, so you can allow the protocol manually, but we can just change the protocol configuration in energy that automatically applicable with your network. Now
Okay.
the next that this you can it these are types, there are the different types of available like SSD. So I'm like using the premium SSD, and like a next networking. So now I'm creating one network with the name of VNet 1, or inside the VNet I'm creating the two subnets, but I'm create my network security group with the web server subnet 1. So now I'm just select the web server subnet 1. Also you require the public IP address for the each and every server. So now I'm just click on a web server IP, and now is it next, and review and create and create. So I'm just moving like as per the diagram I'm just done this part. Got it?
Okay. Yes.
Now the next option is coming is like I'm asking for like a image. There the two types of images are available. The one images is called provide by Azure. This is called a default image. And the another images is available is called create by users. And this is a custom image. So what is the meaning of the custom?
It's customized based on our needs.
Yeah, perfectly. Like at this time we are using the laptop, and your laptop there the n number of software is already installed. Or somebody asks, yeah, please format your laptop. So is it possible? When you format the laptop, then you can first install the Windows, then install the manual all softwares. Does that take a time like a 2 hours and 3 hours? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So the same, the default image is look like you can just use this image, and first you can install the operating system you are using this image, or after that you can install the like a MS Office or VLC media player or in Java or an Android and more other softwares. But
Yes.
now I'm creating the one customized image when we have installed the operating system, these all software is automatically installed with the same time. So who is the best?
It'll custom would be better.
Yeah, like if you have the custom image like you can just format, like you can install the operating system, the automatically the same setting is coming in your laptop in previous settings. So that's better is easy way to you can format the laptop the same options. So how to create a custom image? So first we have just ready the one server manually. So now first I'm just deploy each and everything is manually in this server.
Okay.
Then after that I'm just copy this server and create a custom image.
Okay.
When my custom image is ready, then we have created a new server with this custom image. So you can see the automatically everything is available on this image.
Okay.
Got it the point? So these
Yes.
are the all configuration is manual. Here is a inbuilt with OS, और यहाँ पे like a manual installation etc. Got it my point? So when you use the
Yes.
default image, you can just install the all softwares manually. But when you use a custom image, the automatically inbuilt setting is available. The choice is you are deploy your server. Like your company asking, you can create 100 servers. So you are using which one, manual or inbuilt operating system image?
Inbuilt one.
Yeah. So what is the process? So first I'm just create a one web server and I'm deploy the each and everything is a manual process. Or after that I'm create a custom image with this, and now I'm create a new server with this custom image. Got it the point?
Yes.
So now my server is automatically deploy already deployed. Now I'm just login with this server. First I'm just copy the public IP and then go to the remote desktop and connect. I'm give the username is called ICCP. In the password is called AHT at 1234567 8, and now click OK. And this is the my there's no any configuration as available in this system, but now I'm just applicable. I'm just configure the configuration in the system. First I'm just created some folders in the system. So now I'm just right click on the system. I'm just right click new and I now create a folder like my CLOUD cloud data. Like this is my data is available in the systems, and now I'm install then after that when this simply you already the system administrator in a particular organization. So now when you deploy the web server, you can install role. Which one? IIS.
Yes. Yeah.
So when we deploy the web server in a Microsoft server, so we can install the IIS service role. So now how to install the IIS service role, and simply I'm just go to the server manager. Inside the server manager, you can see the option is available, the add roles and features. And now I'm just click add roles and features, and now click on a next, next. And 192.168.1.4 is it IP, and now I'm select the IIS web services. And now next, 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 and install. So yeah, dear, you just note down this IP 20.102.58.64. And you
Okay.
can put this IP in a browser and check whether any website is open or not. Because I'm working in a cloud, the cloud is a completely live, so each and everything is accessible in a worldwide.
Yep.
So you can put this IP as 20.10.102.58.64 and check.
There's nothing on HTTP or HTTPS yet.
No, you can just
Yep.
put the direct IP address in a browser.
Yeah, I just put it. Nothing has coming up yet.
Again refresh. Again
Okay.
refresh.
Okay, now I can see the IIS.
Yeah, so IIS web server default page is, when you install the IIS service, the after install the IIS service, the automatically in a C drive, they're the one directory that when the folder is created, and this folder is called the name is inetpub. Or inside the inetpub in www root is available, or you can see that at this time you can access this page. Yeah.
Yes.
Now
Mm,
I'm just change the page. I'm just change the code of this particular page. I'm just paste, and now control S. So you can refresh, you can check and refresh. So now
yeah,
I'm
it's
just
changed.
copy and then check. Like it's working, it's a perfect working. Now that means that the website is working. Yeah, if you are a developer or you are created the only the website. So now I'm just creating the already website. So now you can go for like I'm just going to D drive, and you can see there's already there like a one. These are the already I'm using the another one like this is the one website is available. I'm just copy this website, the already website is created, or you download the demo website through the internet. And now I'm just come to the location of this file. So where is the location of this particular file? I'm just click. So this is the location. Now I'm just paste the website for this location. So
Okay.
when the website is copied, so you can just refresh it, or you can see the new website is running on. So just a minute. Now just refresh and check. So now I'm just go to the browser,
I
and I'm
see.
just refresh. So you can see my new website is running on.
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
So now I'm just deploy my website. Like the each and everything work in my manually. I'm just manually deploy the website. I manually install the IIS. I'm create a manually folder in this particular system.
Yes.
Because I'm deploy this web server by using with which one I'm using a default AMI provided by the Azure. So
Yes.
first I'm install the AMI, second I'm create a folder, third I'm create install a IIS role, fourth I'm just create a web page. So each and
Yeah.
everything is manually. If I'm just clone this web server, if I'm clone this web server, so the automatically it's create a new image with the name of anyone. So how to create a cloning, how to create a custom image. So this is the
Mm,
process how to create a custom image. So simply I'm just go to the web server, and I'm just you can just go to the here, and like this is my virtual machine, and when you just capture the any image for any server, create a custom image. So now you just click on the web server, and you can see the option is available, the capture.
okay.
Now you can just click on the captures, you can just give the name of the capture image, So now the subscription is, yeah, resource group of this. Yes, shared in gallery. No, I'm not asking that you can share my image to the galleries publicly. So now the automatically delete the virtual machine after creating the image. Yeah, I'm asking if the already my one server is running on the web. I'm asking given the my image is created, the automatically my server is delete. So when you are
Yeah.
not take, so it's not running on. So now I'm just delete, or now I'm create is my like web server custom image, and now I'm just review and create. So when my image is done, it delete the automatically my previous server.
Okay.
So now here you can see the each of these points are available, and now these options are there. So now how to create a new web server through a custom image.
Yes.
So but one see, you can see the one more things in here, like I'm just go to the uh, uh, see the server. Before deleting, you can see the server information. Just a click. Now the web server is available. You can see the location of the web server. So now
Hmm.
at this time you can see the option is available East US only.
Yes.
Got it? Because I'm not select any I'm not select I'm not select any reason, any zone. I'm select the reason. That's
Yeah.
why it's not show me the this virtual server is created in which particular zone in this region.
Hmm.
So if now I'm created the new server with the custom MI, and inside at this time I'm select a zone also. But
Okay.
you can see that at this time it show the East US, and then a bracket you can just show the name of the zone like the zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3.
Okay.
So simply how to create a new server, just wait when this server is delete or my image. So you can see where is your image is show. You can just search and you can type the image. So there's the multiple way you can create a instances. First you can go to here and you can just click the name of the image, and you can create a new server, create a VM. This is the first process. You can create a virtual machine.
Okay.
Got it? The another process is normally when we have created the first server. Now I'm just go to virtual machines and create virtual machine. These are the normal process. And
Hmm.
here you can just select the subscription, give the virtual machine name is like web server server copy. Now the I'm select the reason. Now I'm select the reason. Is it like a web server and East US? Now at this time select the availability zones, and here the three zones are available. Now I'm just deploy the machine in a first zone. You can see that this time it select the default image, but I'm just using the my custom image. You can just click on a see all images. It show
Okay.
the list of the operating systems. You can select the which one operating system, and now you can just click on my images. So this is my custom image is available. I'm creating the before, like I'm just select this image. Now
Okay.
give the username and the password. I'm just give the username and just give the password is ASD. One, two, three. Just a minute. So now you can see I'm just using this username password. I'm just none because I'm already select the web server and like is in protocol with the network security group. That's why we not need it. And the license agreement you require the license, but at this time I'm not using any license. Now the disk I'm already next, and I'm now select the network. So now I'm select the VNet WAN, and now I'm select the web server subnet because I'm allowed the protocol in this subnets or now like a review and a create.
Okay.
Just I'm change the operating systems image, the
Mm-hmm.
each and every process because the at this time you can see first I'm create first server I'm create, so I'm just manually install the IIS or website everything. But in this system I'm not logged with the systems, or you can check this system with the public IP. So you can see the automatically your website and folders everything is created in this system.
Okay.
So my concern is this. Just a minute. One more
This
option is
conference will
available.
now be recorded.
Is that these are the options like first I'm just done this practical, now just I'm start. So now it's deploying. I'm just continue to the next. So now you can see key at this time, and now I'm just getting the customer. Like the one is volumes. Volumes like you are using you are using one hard drive in your laptop, and in this laptop you created the three partition like a C drive, D drive, and E drive. Got it my point?
Mm-hmm.
Like you create a C drive, you create a D drive, and you create a E drive. So when your hard disk is goes down, so all partition is deleted, yeah, single one is deleted.
All three.
All three. Yeah, the same concept is available here. Like when you create a virtual machine, so you can attach a one hard drives in a C
Mm-hmm.
drive. When you can save the data in this particular drive, or your drive is goes down due to any reason, that means your all data is connected. So how to attach a multiple volumes, multiple drive with this existing server?
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Or either these are the one server, like this is my web server. This is your web server, and you can create a new web server, new server. And how to change the hard drive for like I'm using like these are the web server, the IIS servers installed in this drive, hard drive, OS drive. This is my OS drives. So now how
Okay.
to exchange the OS drive, how to swap drive, like we have just add like this drive attached with this server. So like how to exchange the hard drives volumes, and how to create a new volumes, or how to attach volume with the existing server or new server. Got it?
Okay. Okay.
So now first I'm just go to here, and you can see is it deploy. So now first I'm create a drive. So now how to create a volume. So I'm just simply you can search in a volume. So this is my volume. Wait, the name is disk, not in volume. Here the option is with the disk. The deployment to resources web server RG failed the additional letter from the untrying API that may be helpful. At least one resource to deploy the operation. Please list to deploy the operation for detail. Wait, what happened? Now I'm just go to the virtual machines. Inside the virtual machine, this virtual machine is creating. Now just copy this IP and then paste in a browser. So just you can see there the new website is running on. You can also try 20.115.89.22. So you can see ki at this time the my new server is created with the copy image because the previous server is already delete.
Yes.
So if I'm secondly just I'm go to, if you are login, you can see the automatic the folder is available. Now I'm just go to the remote desktop.
Mm-hmm.
and control V, and now connect, and the username is called ICCP. In the password is AHT at 1234567 8. So at this time I'm just looking with this machine first time, but already the website is available, and now you can see the folder is also available in this machine because I'm just create through a custom image. You can see the data is also available. But now you can see when you create any server, you can see that at this time the C drive is available, and it's also give you the 16 GB drive also. And this drive is a temporary storage. When you store any data, so it's when your machine is restart and stop, the data is all data is delete. So now how
Okay.
to add how to add a additional drive. So this additional drive work as your external hard drive or pen drive.
Okay.
So now I'm just go to the option. There the two types of option is available. First, you can you can add a disk. Like you can just click on a virtual machine, and when you attach the disk with this virtual machine, so you can just click on this virtual machine, and in this machine you can just go to the disk, or you can just create a new disk or attach a existing disk. So I'm not create a new disk from here. I'm just create a before. First I'm create a disk. So now I'm just click on a disk and now create. So I'm just create a disk, then I'm select the option for the existing. So now I'm just create a subscription, and now the subscription is a web server, and now the name is like my disk disk. And East US. Now the availability zones. So choice is your, you can select the zone. So now I'm select the zone 1 because my machine is available in zone 1. So that's why I'm select the zone 1. Now the
Okay.
size, I'm just select this is a payable service. So now I'm select the 4 GB is sufficient for me for the testing purpose. So now I'm create a size of 4 GB, and now review and create. Got it? How to create a disk?
Yes.
Then how to attach this with the instance, or how to attach this with the virtual machine. So when this how to attach, so my disk is available is in, I'm just go to the virtual machine, you can just click go to the virtual machine. There's a n number of virtual machines are available. You can just go to the any machine and then click on a disk, and this is already this is the operating system, inbuilt the operating system with this disk. Now I'm
Yeah.
just go to the create a new one or attach existing. So now I'm just click on the attach existing. Now select the disk name like wait 1 minute. Now so attach existing disk, and what wait. Yeah, so I'm just click on a web server. So it's my web service, I think so disk is complete. Yeah, it deployed successfully. So now I'm just come to here and now refresh the console or machine, and now just click on a disk and attach existing disk and select the disk. So there's no disk is available. Why? So just a minute guys, wait 1 minute. I'm just click on a overview of this web server. Is it available in zone 1, or I'm also create a disk in which location? It's oh no, is availability zone 1 is available. So now I'm just refresh. So now you can see that this time your disk is show. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
And now save. Then you can see here is the n number of disks is available in this location. Now I'm created one first server is like a web server. So this is my web server disk. Got it?
Okay. Yes.
So now I'm just delete the disk because we are not using this disk. So now just click on the disk and now you can delete. So when you delete the any server, the disk is automatically unmount. So this is the one kind of network storage or like a SAN storage. Fine.
Okay.
So it's not a permanent attached storage. These are the completely is using the shared storage. So now
Okay.
at this time you can delete the disk and now refresh. So at this time there are the two disks is available, the 4 GB and 127 GB. That means these two disks are attached with this particular web server. So now
Okay.
the my disk is already attached with this system. Now you can just go to this system and now you can see at this time there's a no any disk is available. Just simply you can just right click on a Windows tab and then go to the disk management. Or inside the disk management you can see the disk is show here. You can see there's a 4 GB disk is available. Now right click
Yeah.
and now initialize the disk and then again right click and new simple. Now next, and I'm just give the drive of F and I'm just give the name of like my data. And now the next and finish. And at this time you can see in virtual machines, I'm just go to here. So you can see there the one more disk is available with the my data is the 4 GB. And now I'm just create some file and folder in this disk. Is it clear how to create this and how to attach this with the virtual machines?
Yes, sir.
Now each and everything now control A and then control C and then control V. And due to some reason like the server is already available now the due to reason any reasons like what happened, which process is running on, update the virtual machines now. So is my virtual machine is updated, so now the simply I'm create one more server. Got it?
Okay.
Now I'm creating the one more server. So I'm just click on the virtual machine and now I'm just create a new server and just create a simply fresh server. Now create virtual machines and select the subscription and now the just click on network web server RG and now virtual machines I'm just give the like web 2 and now east US I'm just creating John 1 also and select the default data center with Windows image. And now I'm just click on the username and then click on the password is called. And now I'm just not allowed the any protocol. Then click on the next. And you can see the. You can also attach the disk from this location also.
Okay.
And now next, and I'm select the VNet is called a web server and now review and create. So now I'm just create this server through a default AMI or a custom AMI.
Um, Default.
Yeah, I'm using the default. So what is the next? The next is create. So like I'm asking the next point, like This is my the current server. Now I'm just delete this server. When I'm delete this server, the automatically this drive is unmount.
Yes.
Got it? And now I'm just add this drive with this server.
Okay.
So now I'm creating the one web2, and this is my web server copy. When this server is copied, delete, so the automatically this drive is unmount. There's a two drive is available. One is OS drives and second is data drive. Now I'm attached this OS drive and data drive with this particular new server. So the automatically the all data is recovered for this server, your website and your data, both drives.
Yes. Yes.
So what is the process? So like I'm just go to the portal and now I'm just click on a home and click on the virtual machines. This is the web server copy. I'm just select this web server, click this web server, and now delete this web server manually.
Okay.
Now I'm create one more web server, but there's no any services are available in this server. Now just click on a virtual machine. The web server 2. I'm just click on a web server 2 and go to the option of the disk. Now you can change this operating system disk. So you can the option is available the swap OS disk.
Okay.
Now I'm just click the swap OS disk. So you swap the OS disk as a backup disk to another disk for the VM troubleshooting. So now choose a disk and select a disk is called a web server copy. Confirm you want to OS the web server disk. So like I just type the web2. I'm just type the name of the web server and now just click OK. Got to the point?
Yes.
Second option is when this image is come, now I'm add the existing options or add a one more disk is like a my data.
Mm-hmm.
So first it's saved, then we have start the another process. So now the your disk is 100% swapped. Now the web to disk is swapped or not? I think so. Yeah, it's swapped. Now you can just attach an existing disk and now select is my disk and save. So now I'm swapped. These are the OS disk I'm swapped, and then second I'm just additional disk.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's saved. Then I'm just I think so. It's save or not? Yeah, update. Now I'm just go to the overview and check the public IP. These are the new public IP, and now just paste in the browser. So now you can see that my website is open. That means that my 100 successfully my website is swapped. Now I'm just go to the remote desktop. So and control V and then click on a connect. So you can see the folder is automatically comes now. F drive is automatically come, or inside the F drive the all data is also already come.
Okay.
Clear everything?
Yes, clear.
So now today we have covered the multiple topics. I'm just finished the these all parts, how to create a network security group and how to capture image and how to create uh, volumes and how to attach and remove volumes with the new server or existing server, and how to create a vnet and how to create a NSG and attach with the vnets. So I'm covered these everything. So now thank you. Please like and share my videos if you like this video.